Breaking news just broke out today about Young Thug's case. Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, is trying everything to get Thug released on bond. The statements that he made about Young Thug's jail cell over at Fulton County Jail being a horrible living condition was actually exposed by the jail's manager. Now this all started when Young Thug's lawyer says this in the courtroom. Young Thug's lawyer filed an emergency motion in hopes of getting him released immediately on bond. Why the urgency? Well, attorney Brian Steele says the YSL honcho is being held in total isolation in a windowless cement compartment with only a bed and a toilet. He then adds that the jail cell has an overhead light that remains on 24 hours a day, preventing Young Thug from getting any sleep. Further, Steele says that Young Thug has no access to the media or opportunity to exercise, shave, or have any human contact. And don't get him even started on the food menu. According to his attorney, Young Thug is getting a tray of inedible food. Steele included the quotes around the food sarcastically. So while it sounds as if he's basically describing a stereotypical jail cell, Steele says the conditions violate Young Thug's constitutional rights, in particular the 8th and 14th Amendments. Now this did not settle well with Fulton County. Allegedly, Fulton County Jail prides themselves on providing livable situations for all inmates. They even filed these photos to the judge, as well as a video sharing on live TV that Young Thug's own jail cell is not only livable, but definitely a much cleaner jail cell than other jails that are around the world. Now at nighttime, the jail provides a nice comfy mattress onto the steel bed frame that you see here in the photos. But while the jail cell was being discussed in the courtroom, both Young Thug and Gunna's request for bond were rejected during their hearings with the judge. Now according to law enforcement, both rappers are among the 28 named in the Fulton County District Attorney's indictment for Rico. During the court hearing, law enforcement announced that Young Thug will also be facing 7 additional felony charges for narcotics, firearms, and much more. And this was all after the police raided his home on Monday, May 9th. Here's some quick footage of the incident. Now, Young Thug's lawyers are trying to negotiate the state's decision on Young Thug being denied bail. Judge Wolf finds the rapper to be a flight risk, as well as a risk of interfering with the Rico case and a risk of committing even more felonies if he is released. Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, asked the judge to reconsider, considering his client's ties to the Atlanta area, and Steele also offered to take custody of the rapper's passport, suggested to the court that he can order Young Thug to wear an ankle monitor and confine him to his mansion that they raided. Now sadly, Judge Wolf declined Steele's recommendations, citing the risk of Young Thug possibly committing additional felonies if released. Both Young Thug and Gunna will remain in custody at the Fulton County Jail until further notice. Now Young Thug's having a very hard time while being released from jail, not only having the stress of the Rico case, but now adding the passing of young YSL rapper known as Lil Keed. Sadly, just a few days after the YSL mansion was raided, on May 13th, Lil Keed, a brother of Lil Keed, posted this to Instagram. "I can't believe I seen you pass today, bro. I did all my cries. I know what you want me to do. And that's to go hard for mom, dad, our brothers, nature, and white boy," announcing the passing of Lil Keed. Now, Young Thug was actually able to give a reaction to Keed's passing over the phones in jail. While Young Thug was on a phone call with Lil Keed writes, "Just talking to Young Thug yesterday. Keed, you messed him up with this one, but we know you're guarding him through these times, and you're gonna make sure that he's gonna be alright. We the Proud family, nothing can stop us. Now, the passing of Lil Keed has been affecting Young Thug very heavily, and what's even worse is that some people believe that Lil Keed's passing is Young Thug's fault. This viral tweet came out saying, and I quote, "There's no way that Young Thug, Gunna, and most of YSL gets arrested. Then Lil Keed suddenly passes? Something's going on, bruh. YSL is being targeted." Now, this made people dig deeper into the situation. New evidence was released yesterday on the YSL rapper Young Thug, which could relate to the passing of Keed. Law enforcement stated during a press conference there's new wiretap evidence on the YSL rapper putting out a hit towards YFN Lucci. In the evidence files, it states that Garlington and Quantavius, associates of YSL, was speaking over a cell phone to an incarcerated Fulton County inmate while discussing protecting an incarcerated YSL associate from a rival team members. Garlington and Quantavius, while speaking over a cell phone to an incarcerated county inmate, discussed even going after another Fulton County jail inmate who had recently went after a YSL associate locked up at the Fulton County jail. Garlington and Quantavius did unlawfully commit the felony offense of conspiracy to possess telecommunication devices by an inmate. While speaking over a cell phone to an incarcerated county jail inmate, they discussed a plan of flying a drone carrying a cell phone beyond the guard lines to a window at the Fulton County jail. Now, it's no secret that Young Thug is being jailed at Fulton County, and to simplify what this evidence means, associates of YSL made a plan to fly cell phones near a Fulton County jail window using a drone. Obviously, law enforcement watched the drones fly in. Rather than stopping the drone, they allowed the drone to make the delivery of the cell phones. They allowed this phone to be used by inmates inside a jail. As law enforcement wiretapped them, and with super creative police work, law enforcement tapped these phones to gain information on the YSL case. Now, this was actually a successful investigation. Allegedly, Young Thug put out a hit towards YFN Lucci using that cell phone. Now, some people believe with all of the YSL members locked up, Lil Keed was left by himself. No YSL members to protect him or watch over him. Now, this ties into the statements made by Young Thug's criminal lawyer, where he wants Young Thug to be put into a better living facility. As of right now, Young Thug has no access to the media or any human contact, and with his lawyer demanding better living environments for Young Thug, which in jail, the term better living comes with an 8-hour access to the jail phones. As in general population, there's usually a row of 8 phones on the wall that you can use upwards to 8 hours per day. Now, Young Thug could have used those phones to make arrangements and protection for all YSL members that are currently free. Again, that part is a conspiracy theory, but when you dig even deeper into this 28-man Rico case, things become more interesting. Now, the night of May 9th, breaking news was released. Young Thug, Gunna, and 28 defendants charged in a 56-count indictment in Fulton County. The 56 grand jury indictment charges 28 members and associates of Young Slime Life, otherwise known as YSL. The indictment includes charges of conspiring to violate the racketeer, influence, and corrupt organizations known as Rico, as well as armed robbery and participation in criminal street activity. News TV captured this exclusive image of authorities taking Young Thug into custody earlier this evening, and here's even bonus footage of Young Thug getting arrested by the feds. According to the 56-count indictment, Young Thug is facing charges of participation in street activity and conspiring to violate the racketeer, influence, and corrupt organizations known as the RICO Act. Gunna is also facing 1 count of conspiring to violate RICO. After reviewing the 88-page indictment, there are very serious allegations against Young Thug. In court, they say that YSL is a criminal street team that started in late 2012 in the Cleveland Avenue area of Atlanta. YSL claims affiliation with the National Red. YSL's founders is Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, aka Slime, then Walter Murphy, aka DK, then Trontavious Stevens, aka Tick. Now, Young Thug is being accused of renting a 2014 Infiniti Q50 sedan from the car company known as Hertz. Now, this car was used in the commission of the passing of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival street member, on January 10th, 2015. According to the indictment, prosecutors allege that the two associates of YSL, Christian and Antonio, worked to get permission of Young Thug to make a second attempt on YFN Lucci while he was jailed in Fulton County. Prosecutors say that Sergio Kitchens, known as Gunna, another associate of YSL, is accused of appearing in a video released on social media titled Fox 5 wearing a YSL pendant and a slat pendant, stating, "We got 1,000 rounds." Now, this is huge evidence against YSL rapper Young Thug. Not to mention that his time in Fulton County Jail has been far from easy. It's been stated in the court files that Young Thug is being distant from all other inmates in the Fulton County Jail. The workers at Fulton County, as well as the courtroom, does not want Young Thug having any communication with any inmates. With Young Thug being a very famous as well as wealthy rapper, they don't want the chances of Young Thug bribing anyone with any financial gain or commissary gains against any sort of rival street member that is also locked up in Fulton County. Now, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. I'm out. Peace.